Evening friends, today we start a 11th class chapter, some basic concepts of chemistry. It is a first chapter of 11th standard NCERT. So first we see what is chemistry. Chemistry is a branch of science which deals with the composition, structure and properties of matter. We all are know. Chemistry is the science of atoms and molecules. From our childhood, we studied matter. What is matter? Anything which has mass and it occupies space is known as matter. Generally, we are saying matter exists in three states, that are solid, liquid and gas. But we are classifying this matter into two types. They are living matter and non-living matter. Living matter means it includes living organisms like plant kingdom and animal kingdom. Matter means non-living things like substances, because substances have mass and a definite volume. And the substances possess two types of property. They are physical properties and chemical properties. And one type of substance can be converted into other type is known as chemical reaction. That is, one reactant can be converted into product. Reactant is one type of substance. It can be converted into product. That product is another type of substance. So these type of reactions are known as chemical reactions. And this substance is again classified into two types. They are pure substances and mixtures. Substances, that is, the substance consists of only one type of particle is known as pure substances, and these pure substances have fixed position. For example, copper, silver, gold are examples of pure substances, and water, glucose also some of the examples of these pure substances, because in the case of water and glucose have fixed composition, fixed ratio. And pure substances can be again classified into two types. They are element and compounds. Element. An element consists of only one type of particle. These particles may be atoms or molecules. For example, sodium, copper, silver are examples of elements because they all contain atoms of one type, and some elements such as sodium or copper contain single atoms which are held together as their constituent particles, whereas in some other cases two or more atoms combine to give molecules of the element. Thus hydrogen H2, N2 and O2 are gases which consist of molecules in which two atoms combine to give their corresponding molecules. When two or more atoms of different elements combine to form compounds. So what is compounds? When two or more atoms combine to form compounds and the same atom combine to form a molecule. Water is a compound, that is, water molecule comprises two hydrogen atom and one oxygen atom, and a molecule of carbon dioxide contains two oxygen atom combined with one carbon atom. So the atoms of different elements are present in a compound in a fixed and definite ratio, and this ratio is the characteristics of a particular compound, and the properties of compound are different from those of its constituent element. For example, water formula H2O, it has hydrogen and oxygen atoms combined together. We will get a water molecule. Its properties are different from the constituent particles like hydrogen and water. And Another example, hydrogen and oxygen are gases, whereas the compound formed by their combination, water, is a liquid. And hydrogen burns with a pop sound, and oxygen is a supporter of combustion, but water is used as a fire extinguisher. So the constituents of a compound cannot be separated into simpler substances by physical methods. They can be separated by chemical methods. Mixtures. Mixtures means many of the substances present around are called mixtures. For example, air is a mixture, tea is a mixture, sugar solution is a mixture. So a mixture contains two or more substances present in it, which are called its components. Mixture can be classified into two types. They are homogeneous mixtures and heterogeneous mixtures. What is homogeneous mixture? The components completely mix with each other and its composition is uniform throughout. There is no distinction. That kind of mixtures are known as homogeneous mixture. For example, sugar in water. Sugar solution. Sugar is dissolved in water. We get a homogeneous mixture. We can't see the sugar substances inside the water molecules or inside the solution. So it is a homogeneous mixture. And air is a mixture. Air has nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, all of this. So air is a mixture. Next, heterogeneous mixtures means the composition is not uniform throughout and different components can be observed. For example, mixture of salt and sugar. Both are having solid state and grains and pulses along with some sand pieces, soap solution alloys. And the components of mixtures can be separated by physical methods such as hand picking, filtration, crystallization, distillation. And the mixtures can be prepared in any proportion, but compounds can be prepared in fixed proportion. Air is a mixture, but water is a compound because water has 2:1 ratio of the molecules. Three states of matter. What are the three states of matter? Solid, liquid and gas. Solids. These particles are held together by very strong force of attraction and the constituent particles are arranged in an orderly manner. And there is not so much of freedom of movement. And solids are rigid in character. They have fixed mass and volume and also its shape. They have low compressibility but high mechanical strength. Next, liquid. Liquids are the particles close to each other but they can move around. Liquids have definite volume but not definite shape. And gases. The particles of gases are far apart, that is here and there, zigzag arrangement. Then their movement is also easy and faster. So gases have neither definite volume nor definite shape. They completely occupied the container in which they are kept. And these three states of matter are interconvertible by changing the conditions of temperature and pressure. That is, solid is heated, it will be converted into liquid. The liquid is again we are heating, the liquid can be converted into gaseous state. So we see properties of matter. The properties of matter can be classified into two types. They are physical properties and chemical properties. Physical properties means which can be measured or observed without changing the identity or composition of the substance. For example, color, odor, melting point, boiling point, density, they can't be changed. So the substance have their identity. That type of property is known as physical properties. Then chemical properties, the measurement or observation of chemical properties require a chemical change to occur. Chemical properties are characteristic reactions of different substances. Example, acidity, basicity, combustibility, all are the examples of chemical property. See, measurement of matter. How matter can be measured. There are two types of systems of measurement can be taken place. They are English system and metric system. The international system of units, that is SI units, in French, Les Systèmes Internationaux d'Units, and the term SI was established by 11th General Conference on Weights and Measures, that is CGPM, from Conference Generale des Poids et Measures, and the SI system has 7 basic units. The 7 basic units are length, mass, time, electric current, thermodynamic temperature, amount of substance, luminous intensity, and its units are length is the unit of length is meter, unit of mass is kilogram, time is second, electric current is ampere, thermodynamic temperature is Kelvin, amount of substance is mole, luminous intensity candela. Mass of a substance is the amount of matter present in it. What is weight? Weight is the force excreted by gravity on an object. The mass of a substance is constant, but weight may be vary from place to place because one place has one force of gravity and another place has another force of gravity. So, the weight can be changed from place to place due to change in gravity, but mass is a constant value. Mass of a substance can be determined by analytical balance. The SI unit of mass is kilogram. Then the next one is volume. Volume has the unit of meter cube, that is length cube. The SI unit of volume is meter cube. But in chemistry laboratory, smaller volumes are we used. So centimeter cube or decimeter cube units are we used in our laboratory. Common unit of volume is liter. We used generally decimeter cube or liter, 1 liter, 2 liter, 3 liter. But this liter is not a SI unit. It is used for measurement of liquid. Then what is 1 liter equal to 1000 ml? That is 1000 centimeter cube equal to 1 decimeter cube. And in the laboratory, volume of liquids or solutions can be measured by using graduated cylinder, burette, pipette. And volumetric flask is also used to prepare a known volume of a solution. Next we see density. What is density? Density equal to mass by volume. So density of a substance is its amount of mass per unit volume. The unit of density is gram per centimeter cube. Otherwise kilogram per meter cube. That is the unit of density. Temperature. There are 3 common scales are used to measure temperatures. We already know them. What are they? Degree Celsius, degree Fahrenheit, Kelvin. Kelvin is the SI unit of temperature generally. Thermometer with Celsius scales are calibrated from 0 degrees Celsius to 100 degrees Celsius, where these two temperatures are the freezing point of water and boiling point of water. The next Fahrenheit scale. This Fahrenheit scale is represented between 32 degree Fahrenheit to 212 degree Fahrenheit. And the relationship between Celsius scale and Fahrenheit scale is degree Fahrenheit equal to 9 by 5 degree Celsius value plus 32. We will get the Fahrenheit value. And the relationship between Celsius scale and Kelvin scale is Kelvin equal to degree Celsius plus 273.15. Temperature below 0 degrees Celsius, that is negative values are possible in Celsius scale, but in the case of Kelvin scale, negative value temperature is not possible. Friends, in this video session we studied what is matter, what are the states of matter, and what are the measurements we use to measure matter. If you like this video, please subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching.